Hello and welcome back to Scatterbrook Farm Garden Designs. Hope you're all well and all been busy decorating. Okay, I've been going through the comments. Quite a few of you want certain designs, different designs that you want me to do. Now, rather than do separate videos for each one, because there's quite a few, what I've been doing, hence the reason there hasn't been a video for a little while, I've been doing these designs on my farm, and then I can take you through them each one that we've done, just so that you can have a little bit of an insight of how it's done and what I've actually done. Okay, so the first one, I was asked for the dogs and cats area. Now, quite a few people have said about the dogs and the cats and the rabbits and that. What can we do with that that area? So what I've done with this one is we've made just a rectangle, joined it onto an existing feature here, blackberry hedge around the outside. Now, obviously, you need to break it up. You need to break up that dog and cat area. You've got to. I mean, if you have it just the houses and that, put it all in a row, like I've got, and you've got no greenery in there, it can look very, very flat and look very, very bare. So you need to add this greenery in between. So what I've done is I've made that bed there. Now all that is olive trees, some conifer trees, creosote bushes and sago palms in between, and then just put a wall along this back side here, and then just turning through and making like a little gangway there that the animals can walk up through and around it. Just gives it a little bit of a feature there for them to walk through. With the rabbits, obviously there was that was in a deco pack. I'm not sure whether the deco pack, that one there, I don't know whether the rabbits come out of that one. I don't know. I haven't seen that one working yet, but certainly the one that I got earlier on, it's got the rabbits on with the carrots and everything. So that's quite a nice little feature there in the corner with the grasses and everything, and the muddy path. Not a great deal you can do with the animals, to be honest, as long as you make them a nice little garden and that little bit of greenery with the trees in the background. Mix up the path a little bit, so you've got the muddy path for the rabbits and the dark grey for the other animals. So that's quite a nice little design there that you can incorporate into your farm. The next one that we're going on to is somebody said about the horse stable area. Could I do a stable area and incorporate horse jumps? They quite like it, with the horse jumps and that within the stable area. So that's my stable area. Again, same sort of theme, trees behind the back. We got the tractor there with all the rough ground and that all around it, as if it's been there for years. I did show you in the last video that area there, but that's certainly a nice little setting there with the chair under the trees there. That's quite nice. Now what I've done is I've done a horse jumping arena. What I've done is I've incorporated within the stable area or next to it. So this is the arena. Okay, so as you can see, all the horse jumps are laid out. You've got the muddy path around. You've got the horse houses there with a little trophy in between. A bit of yellow either side of there. And like I said, you've got that lovely arena. And then you've got the gangway there that the horses can stroll around and go into that horse jumping arena. little chair there in between the posts. You can sit down and watch your horses jump. So that's quite a nice little area there that you can incorporate. Put some blackberries around the outside just to give it a little bit of depth. But again, you know, when you've got that design there, it's quite nice to add on to the horse stables. And it makes it all one feature, you know, it's quite nice. And they've got plenty of room to roam around. So that's quite a nice feature. Somebody's also said about the machines. Now, again, everybody knows that the machines, there's not a great deal that you can do with the machines. You can put them in within a perimeter wall, you can put them in a hedge or fence, or again, all I've done there is try to give it a hill effect where you stack in the machines, put some trees and colour in between them and make them look as though they're up on a bank. Machines is, you know, whatever you like. Some people have got machines sort of dotted around their farm. Like, I mean, I've got certain machines there, like the coffee kiosk within a feature, the flower shop within a feature, you know, and the pottery there, look, you see again, another feature there. So they are dotted around. Obviously the bakery right next to the creamery, that goes well. So another one there, look, sandwich bar right outside the railway station. I've used the barn this time. I don't know why it keeps doing that when I pan out. So you've got the barn there, you obviously with a bit of cover with the trees and that. So when you zoom out, you've got that lovely railway station effect. Yeah, so those couple of designs there for those people that wanted to help with that sort of area there. Okay, so then we can move on, and we are now going to go down to the town. Right, beach. Now again, I find with the beach it's a little bit on the thin side. So I've done another design on the beach. Let's get that crate first. Oh, what a surprise. Again, when you do your beach, if you want the people to walk around on the beach, if you want them to stroll around by the deck chairs and stuff like that, you've got to make sure that you leave enough gap and place out the chairs and everything so that you've got one piece in between everything. So if you get somebody coming down now to walk, there's a guy now, look, you see, he'll turn down the path and then he'll walk in between all the deck chairs. Okay, so you can see, because I've left that path in, he can walk right up to the music machine, you see, right into the corner. And they're freely, they can walk in front of these deck chairs, they can walk all around, so they can go on the beach, which looks a lot more natural. If you start covering the beach with loads of stuff that they can't walk, you won't get anybody go on the beach. It'll look quite derelict. So again, that was just another quick design that I did. Make sure you got a bit of height at the back with the trees. That's always nice. And like I said, you know, planting in between the trees along the back wall. If you start putting flowers and stuff like that, it's going to start looking very, very crammed, and then it won't look right. It's just a natural beach effect. And like I said, you can see they're walking in between everything and enjoying themselves on the beach. So the town, not a lot going on there. I haven't changed anything really on the town. Now somebody did say to me, I think it was Diane, said to me, you know, the fish fountain. There's a fish fountain that we won, or I can't remember how everybody got it now, but we had a fish fountain. Could I possibly do a design that incorporates it? She absolutely loves this fountain and wants to incorporate it into a feature. Now it's quite difficult because obviously the water comes down and hits the floor and it just goes, it doesn't really go anywhere. You know, it sort of spews out of the mouth of the fish. So the only thing that you can do, if you've got a feature like this one, say, on your town, we can take this fella out. Obviously, you've got the waterfall there. I think he's in diamonds, this fish. Let's have a look. It's the job to find everything, isn't it? It's the fish water fountain. There he is. Okay. Now, like I said, you want the effect that it's running into something. Now, obviously, where the water's hitting the floor there, really doesn't look right. You know, it's just going nowhere. It's just going onto the floor. If you were to get this and turn it, okay, it's still going onto the floor. You can see that. But what you can do is enhance this. So we get some flowers, and we can get tall grass, and we could put a tall grass there. I think I'm going to sneeze. Hang on. Awful, isn't it, when you're going to sneeze? You're waiting and waiting. You'll come out in a minute. Right, we get another grass there. In fact, we put the grass there. Now we want something large in there. What about a creosote bush? Let's try like that. Now, as you can see now, that water now no longer looks as though it's going onto the floor. It looks as though it's going into the back of the waterfall. Just by enhancing it with those tall grasses and the creosote bush at the front. So when you zoom out now, you see it looks as though that water now is going at the back of the waterfall and running down through. Again, there's not a great deal that you can do with that fish. It is a lovely little feature. Lovely piece of deco, but unless you incorporate it right in something like that, you know, you're not going to get a lot of joy with it. But certainly, for those of you who've got the fish, if you're looking for something to do and add it to something, again with the buoy with the tipping the water out that we had in there at the beginning, you know, that's what everybody uses. But that's certainly a different effect, and the flowers just give it that. It just stops it looking as though it's going on the floor. You know, that flower there, you can sort of move left and right, and it, you know, it just hires. I mean, that puts the water a little bit further back, so you can sort of move it that way, so the water is now a little bit closer to the waterfall. So the placement, you know, you just keep moving the stuff around until it absolutely looks right. And like I said, he sits there quite nice there in the back with the water running down over the waterfall. So for that viewer, I hope that that helps you. Like I said, there's not a great deal that you can do. You can incorporate it into a pond area, but again, it's the same sort of effect. But certainly, if you had that sort of design down on your town or on your farm, you know, you've got that area, you build it up around and make a lovely feature of it. But that's certainly one way that you can use the fish. Okay, and we will move on. Okay, any ideas for the sanctuary? So we move on to the sanctuary. Now, obviously, I had this idea with the coming from the town with the slabs and a make believe bridge. So this make believe bridge comes across there, and it comes through the gateway there. Now, making sure that you've got these slabs in line with these slabs. So when you pan out, they're in a direct line, which gives the effect that there's a bridge there going right the way across, and then you come out through the gateway into the sanctuary. So that's quite good. And you bulk it up there with a lot of trees there just gives it, if you haven't got very many trees, it can look quite skinny and it looks very weak. So put plenty of trees on that entrance so it looks really strong and inviting. See the babawa trees there, that just gives it that little bit of strength on the entrance. So what I've done there is from the main waterfalls there in the estuary there, I've made the stream coming from this area, coming down through, going along, under the bridge, and then under here, under the railway line, and back out into the sea. The bulrushes you get there, you see those ones for $4.99. I got a couple of those, and as you can see, I've used the bulrush there where the water goes under the bridge. Now obviously these bulrushes have got water around them, so you've got to be a little bit careful where you plant them, because obviously you'd be thinking, well, what, you know, why is it just got a pool of water around it and there's no other water around? So you've got to incorporate it within a water feature. Now, as you can see, where I planted it there, right by the bridge, on the entrance of the bridge, if I zoom in as much as I can see, when it moves, you can actually see at the base of there, the water is joining up with this water. So it looks as though it's all overgrown in front of the bridge there, but the water is still going under the bridge. So it's going through the bulrushes and under the bridge. So that's quite a nice little setting that I've got there. There is another option I will show you a little bit later on. But yeah, that's quite nice there. Just gives it that overgrown with the lilies and the daffodils and the bulrushes. It just gives it that lovely effect. Okay, I've made a feature right into the in the middle of the sanctuary there that they can walk around. Gives them plenty of walking space. We've got the bridge coming from the entrance, and we got that lovely little island walk around area just there. Enhanced it again with some dark slabs around the feature, so it really makes that feature stand out. All the houses around the outside. So again, that's quite nice. Kept it symmetrical there on the entrance of there, on the entrance going over the bridge. Okay, so the next one is an island design. Now, rather than just have things going through the middle of the sanctuary, I mean, this is a pretty basic sanctuary design there. But you want something for the animals still to be able to walk around and enjoy and go up and look at, and you know, you've got the gorillas and your cheetahs and stuff like that. So you've got to make that extra bit more room. So what I've incorporated is an island. Now, I really like this. This takes me quite a few hours to get this design right. As you can see, I put the gorillas at the front of the design. They've got their own little quarters down at the front there with some brown boards around. So they've got their nice little area at the front. But as you can see at the back there, they've got that beautiful, beautiful island. Okay, where the water runs freely around the outside. And what I've done is I've incorporated, obviously from this area, there's a stream there. The stream goes along there, along the back. And I've done it in such a way that the waterfall there, I've taken the height off the waterfall so it's not stuck up in the air. Okay, I've softened it up on the top. So it now looks as though that river that's running along the top is just slowly trickling down and falling down and running down through the rocks. So we've taken the height off the waterfall. The water now is falling down over the rocks and crashing down through here, and then it's seeping through around the outside and forming the island. It's taken a lot of time for me to do this, and I just wanted a design that stands out, that something I could come up with. And I think that design there is absolutely beautiful. You know, it really does stand out. I've got the gorillas there on each side, a gorilla house at the front. Obviously, when I get the cheetahs, I'll incorporate the cheetahs within the design. But just remember, if you're doing a design like this, don't get putting the animal pens on the island, because obviously they can't get off. They can't get off the island. So that is purely just a walk around viewpoint area for those animals to walk around, and it just gives that little bit of character. So when you pan out of the two designs together, they go together so well. So that's another design that I've been doing, and like I said, if you want to copy that design, you know, you can sort of watch back on the video and watch where I've got the placement of the trees and how I've done the waterfalls. And obviously you can't really see how the trees are, but all I can say is, obviously, when you've got the main waterfalls in, try and get the same picture. You know, when you place this acacia tree that's going over the waterfall, look where the branches are. Look exactly where the stems of the branches come over the water. And once you've got that same picture, you know that you've got that tree in the right place. But yeah, certainly a really, really nice design. And then somebody has put down they're struggling with the tundra. What can they do in the tundra? So what I've done is I've continued from this island, the water, along the side, along the back there, under the bridge, down here, along, under this bridge, and into a pool there. And that is my tundra. Got to feed them now. Now, obviously, the placement of the house is essential, where you put the slabs around the front of the house. And as you can see, both those reindeers now, they won't walk through everything. They will follow the path all the way round. Now, obviously, you don't want those reindeers to walk all across here. You don't want them going out of their tundra. Now, you're probably looking at that and saying, well, hang on a minute, you've got a bridge that goes out, and it goes out across here. But behind this tree, there's a stake. One piece of stake. So obviously, when I tap like that, it disappears. So now you can't see the stake. So it looks as though it's a continuous bridge right the way across. But what they do is they get to that bridge, they get to that stake, which you can't see, and they stop. So they stay within the tundra. Again, plenty of height with the trees, using the blood trees at the back. That lovely water coming under the bridge. Broken down tree there. Just a bed with some random stuff put in there. He's going over the bridge now, look, both of them. And they'll just walk around, go up to the bridge. You can make whatever water feature you want in the middle. There's the other bulrush, you see. So again, in the tundra, you've got all the ice and the snow, and it's all melting, and I thought, you know, there's a little bit of snow at the front of that bulrush, a little bit of ice. And I just looked at it and thought, well, it'd be naturally melting, and that would be water around the bulrushes. There's not a great deal that you can do with those bulrushes, but they do look nice. You know, they are really, really nice. I just put it there right next to the that pool. So again, it's just a gentle trickle down the river, under the bridge, and then into this pool. The house up in the back there looks quite nice with the barrels, all nice and secluded. A bit of fencing at the back, some more barrels there just at the back. Just gives it that lovely warm, well, not warm because there's a tundra, but you know what I mean. It gives it that lovely, inviting surrounding. You got the old reindeer looking out of there. He's looking out. And again, a rock in there and a couple of flowers. Some more of the grasses. Look really nice. And as you can see, you know, the way that it's placed out, you've still got the snow in different places, like around the wall, around the slabs. You go into here and it's all, you know, you can see the snow and the ice everywhere. So that's quite nice as that feature is. Because like I said, with the Tundra, you can either make it, use all your frozen ponds and your snowmen and stuff like that. But I'm more of the trees and flowers and features and water features and stuff like that. I mean, it's personal preference as to what you prefer on your design, but certainly that's another design that you can that you can look at. So we've gone through quite a few new designs that I've done. Obviously, like I said, there hasn't been a video for a while because I've been concentrating on getting these designs done for you guys, so that you can incorporate them if you do like them, or certainly get ideas from what I've done. I've hope I've explained to you the different ways that I've designed and why I've designed it like I have. But certainly it's really, really pretty and quite effective. Again, that one with the fish, you see, it still looks nice with the water running at the back of the waterfall, but you must have that cover. You take that away, you take all this away, it starts to look a bit distant. Yeah, so there's not an awful lot I've done really. Just trying to get all those designs. But I mean, obviously, if I was doing these designs one by one, it would take quite a long time. So, but that's pretty, isn't it? Really, really pretty. Really nice. Somebody did actually say about the river, this river at the top here. How do you do that? There is a video on how to build this river. When you build the river, make sure you've got plenty of water pieces as well, the single water pieces, because that makes the river bank. And obviously it can get a bit expensive, eight diamonds per piece. So just remember, before you start doing these designs, make sure that you've got all the apparatus before you start doing it. Otherwise you'll get halfway and think, oh, I can't do it, I can't afford to do that. Yeah, so I'm going to send these off again. Make another one of them, because that's one of my tasks. Farm pass goal complete. Yeah. So all in all, I have been busy working for you guys and trying to get these designs all up together and giving you plenty of ideas to incorporate onto your farms and towns. So that's it. So another video by Scatterbrook Farm Garden Designs. Hope you've enjoyed all those designs. My tag is on my channel, so if you want to view my farm and do screenshots and look a little bit closer in detail on how to do these designs, certainly add me on my friends bar, and just make sure that when you put in the comments, just please put down your farm name, because I do get an awful lot of requests, and I'd rather have the people that, my viewers, rather than be taken up by people that are just going into my shop. So just put your farm level and your farm name down on the in the messages, in the comments, and yeah, we can go from there. So again, any more designs that you guys want to see me do, I'm really sorry if I haven't got to all of them, because there are quite a few, and as you can see, I am struggling a little bit for room now on the farm. So we can always go to one of my other farms to do designs if you want, animal pen designs and things like that. That's not a problem. But yeah, so don't forget, pass on the videos with all your friends. We've now hit just over 500 subscribers, so it is starting to build. And let all your friends know. Hit the like button, and like I say, hit that subscribe. Get them to subscribe, and hopefully we can start to go live once we hit that 1,000. So that's about it for today from Scatterbrook Farm Garden Designs. So take care, everybody. And like I said, keep the comments coming. Let me know if you need help with anything on your farm, on your town, sanctuary, beach, anything game related. Let me know and I will be only glad to help you. So until the next time, take good care of yourselves, stay safe, and we will see you again very shortly. Cheerio.